Hey there, it's the channel coin lady again. By now, you've probably heard that Xrp and HBAR are two of the most successful projects in the space. However, I have the impression that many of these initiatives are ignoring Qnt, which, when combined with Xrp and the other projects mentioned, would be even more formidable. We are aiming for Qnt. We will be discussing Qnt, so everyone should pay attention, even if you have Xrp. In its May 7th statement, JP Morgan clarifies that, when it comes to tokenization, a unified ledger is preferable than a public blockchain. Well, JP Morgan is considering unified ledgers, but when it comes to public blockchains, they entirely overlook the fact that public blockchains will still be integrated into it. How is it that we have this knowledge? The reason behind this is quant. I agree with that. Despite this, last year the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, proposed a unified ledger that would support digital assets, tokenized deposits, and central bank money all on the same network. This would eliminate the need for transaction messaging and the inefficiencies that come with it, and it would also support programmability. Well, I must say, I find this quite intriguing. Given that this is a single ledger, it is similar to other projects like Enbridge's Regulated Liability Network, RLN, or Singapore's Global Layer. One thing that has been overlooked is the actual operation of public blockchains within these integrated ledgers. These integrated ledgers are separate entities. There is still a need to connect these walled gardens to other networks and other currencies that exist on other networks. It seems like everything is adding more chaos. While we ponder this, let's visit this post by Quant Network. A single programmable ledger has the potential to bring about a financial and technological revolution similar to the emergence of the smartphone. This is Augustine Carsons, the general manager of the BIS. To speed up the development of new payment methods, we now have BIS-Chief Float's single programmable ledger. The BIS and other central banks are working on new technologies like CBDCs and tokenized assets, as I went on to explain with Checked. In his address to the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Carson stressed the importance of a single ledger for realizing the full promise of these technologies. Tokenized assets, CBDCs, please hold on a second while we consider this. Now you have public blockchains linked to this single ledger, which is a natural progression if CDCs and tokenized assets are to be distributed on various networks, DLTs, and blockchains, and then added to it. Accordingly, JP Morgan is mistaken in its preference for a consolidated ledger. Although they may be constructing or tokenizing on a unified ledger, the end result will still be stored on a blockchain. As a public-private cooperation with the central bank, this ledger would integrate the monetary system with numerous real asset registries and financial databases, guaranteeing the integrity of money. Financial inclusion and competition are fostered by an open architectural ledger, in contrast to smartphone platforms. It enables composability and smart contracts, which automate transactions, cut out middlemen, and settle and pay off almost instantly. Using a home purchase as an example, Carsons explained how smart contracts may automate the escrow process. Stable coins, he said, can't be considered money since they don't have the backing of regulators or central banks. Tokenized deposits on a single ledger, he reasoned, would encourage more innovation in the private sector throughout CBD season. Here we have the plan for the future monetary system, which will enable new features while enhancing the old. Here we have the main points from June of 2023. Despite the promising future of tokenization, most efforts have operated independently, lacking both the trusting infrastructure and access to funds held by central banks. It offers a fresh framework for the financial markets. The entire wager might be recorded in a single ledger. The tokenization fits. Multiple ledgers, each with its own set of use cases, could coexist on a programmable platform that combines central bank money, tokenized deposits, and tokenized assets. It also improved current processes by integrating transactions seamlessly. A unified ledger could use programmability to guarantee arrangements that aren't practical now, opening up new economic outcomes. The promised land has finally arrived, a network of interconnected ledgers made possible by application programming interfaces, APIs, that will guarantee data compatibility, level the playing field, and expand access to financial services. Oh, that's really cute. Fair play for everybody. You have the key to the future of money in that beautiful quote. If you own XRP, you know about it. Okay, so this is basically the web. This occurred in November of 2023, at the time, they didn't say much about. There was a period when the internet wasn't really a big deal. Just lately did the BIS provide us with internet access, yet this was the realization of a long sought-after monetary system. At last, this dissects it thoroughly. Even topics like DLT and artificial intelligence are brought up. When it comes to cross-border payments and connectivity, they completely tear it down. The fact that they maintained a singular emphasis on CBCs is the central point I sought to draw from this essay and its analysis. As a proof of concept, the entire case revolves on CBDCs, more especially the Controlled Liability Network. Qnt comes in at this point. The UK's regulated liability network chose Xrp and Qnt as its technology suppliers in April of this year. Here we are talking about some major players, like Citi, Barclays, HSBC, and others. Just so you know, a few of these names are already using Ripple technology. However, there isn't a whole lot to pay attention to. Sure, let's link this to other players and move on. We can't have a walled garden here, so let's dissect how the various participants, like as the XRP ledger and Hedera, will benefit. You can't seal it off. We still require all the pieces to fit together. For example, we need a neutral asset and David Schwartz's XRP ledger. While this won't be able to process every single payment made anywhere in the world, XRP can serve as the foundation for lightning-fast international settlement prices. Sorry, big shot to XRP drops on this. No single network can be the only one. The foundation must be bridges, not walls. Once again, enclosed gardens will fail miserably. Actually, walled gardens have always been unsuccessful. Interoperability between public networks and central banks, or closed gardens, is where Qnt really shines. Interconnections with the public sector, public networks, distributed ledger technology, DLT, and similar systems are essential for the operation of the unified ledger. It will fail miserably. Unless it can connect to other public chains and public blockchains in general. For that reason, we investigate the current state of XRP and the XRP ledger at our disposal. With its purpose-built architecture, the XRP ledger can process transactions in both the native neutral asset, XRP, and issued assets such as CBDCs, stable currencies, and other payment networks and assets. While XRP alone cannot process all global payments, it can serve as the foundation for a lightning-fast international settlement system. Here you can find the complete explanation of XRP and why, when we examine this situation closely, we see that a single network, not even the unified ledger that will link all the other ledgers, will not be the answer. The future monetary system blueprint explicitly states that multiple ledgers will be the key. At the BIS Innovation Summit 2024, we take a look at the space's evolution from JP Morgan and its focus on the unified ledger. On the one hand, the unified ledger is essential because a failed Ethereum transaction is not legally negotiable. However, the requirement for impartiality is not considered by the unified ledger. Yeah, David Schwartz has been talking about this for a long time and is absolutely correct that a neutral asset like XRP is necessary. Because when we get down to brass tacks, the unified ledger still need a neutral asset of some kind. It has to have bridging capabilities. It can't be sealed off, so bridges are necessary. No, it cannot have walls. Please support my channel by subscribing and giving it a like. Goodbye for now.